everyone, my name is Craig, and welcome back to You Got Nerfed. It's been a while, but I do have another video review for you. It's over the Dart Zone Nitroshot Blitz Fire 2, a spring-powered blaster, similar to something like a strong arm and that, but coming with the new Dart Zone Nitroshot full-length darts. Very cool. Let's get into it. Now, generally, I wanted to make this review mainly about the darts and stuff, but I don't like really doing dart reviews on that. I feel like that's just a totally different subject, but I will be covering these darts in this review. But either way, we'll start off with the blaster. Starting up front, there's no end strike barrel lug. This is a Dart Zone brand blaster. Getting up front is a Dart Zone style blaster. Your nerf attachments won't fit on there very well if you try it on there, or really at all. With it, but there is a Dart Zone style rail on that, so tactical points on there. Getting back to the back, this blaster is spring powered. This is the priming handle. To do that, you prime back and you're ready to fire the blaster once. The blaster does not have slam fire. Prime weight is actually pretty standard for most blasters on the market right now. It works pretty well. Even though that this is a little bit of a higher powered blaster, it's still a pretty smooth prime. Getting down to the grip and stuff, grip is very well proportioned with the blaster and very comfortable. I like this. I have super small hands, and this blaster fits in very, very well. Props to Dart Zone for their design on that grip there. I like that a lot. Getting down to the trigger system, that trigger pull is pretty smooth, and it's a little bit clicky, so you can go around dry firing just like that if you wanted to. Two, it's nothing cool like the X-Shot, like Flux type of kickback action, but it's still pretty cool. Trigger pull is pretty smooth. Again, the blaster does not have slam fire. Getting to the cylinder, and that, I don't know why it took me this long to get all the way back down to the cylinder. This is the cylinder. The blaster is front loaded like that. To load, you will simply do like that. I would find the most exposed barrel you can to shove in darts, otherwise you'll be cramping the darts trying to go them in like that. But then you can manually rotate the barrel like that, or use the trigger to rotate the barrel like that. The cylinder does not pop out of the blaster. The capacity of this blaster is 6 rounds with it. Cylinder works pretty well. I'm kind of annoyed by still this turret system because it doesn't pop out for easier access on that, and I often try to place darts into the top one like this when I should be placing it into there. But small minor complaints. And there is a tinier Dart Zone rail underneath as well. That is everything to go over with this blaster. Let's get into the dart review before we get into a firing demo. Now, covering these new Nitroshot darts by Dart Zone. These are the full-length darts version. This is the whole reason why I actually picked up this blaster. I didn't give 2.5 craps about this blaster, but I was really curious about getting these darts, and it came with a 200 pack of these, but I just decided I'll buy the blaster and like 6 of these, and if I like them, then I'll get the 200 pack. But if we remember the Nitroshot half-length darts like these, they are of the same thing, just reversed color scheme, and they are full-length instead of short-length. And we're trying, basically, a ploy here is that these are pretty that these are supposed to be accurate darts, just as accurate as the short-length darts, just in full-length form. And as far as my testing procedure, I could claim that I can verify, at least in my testing procedure, that claim was pretty accurate. Let's get into it. So it's the reverse color scheme of this. It has a green tip in this. The point is all like foam right here. Right here, there's no exposed air hole on that. Just make it for all foam tipped dart. On this standard length, this is about the same size as an elite dart as well. These are cross compatible in your elite blasters and vice versa. Under this, the accuracy of these I've noticed in my testing procedure, and I shot this blaster more times than I want to count to try to test these ones, and I only have like 6 of these darts. So that was pretty tedious. But these were definitely way more accurate than elite darts. Firing through this in both this blaster here and other blasters like elite blasters and stuff. They were both much more accurate. They had better velocity out of it. with it. We'll get into chrono data after the firing test and all of that stuff. But is it a superior option to elite darts? Quite honestly, from my testing procedure, I would say yes. But there still could be better full-length dart options out there. I'd recommend you try them out with that. I'd still trust like X-Shot Insanity style wafflehead and other wafflehead style darts over this one, but this is still a better option than elite darts. Elite darts, as we know, suck. But I like it with this. I like the cross compatibility with it. I'm pretty impressed with these darts so far from everything that I've done in my testing procedure. So pretty cool that they came out with this with it. That Dart Zone is trying to look at the full length dart community and just see really what's going on there and trying to adapt to what's going on with it, so that way the full length dart people aren't SOL when it comes to Dart Zone if they trust him like that. Probably more onto that with opinions later, maybe even in a separate video. Let's get into a firing demo. So starting out with the Nitroshot darts. Well, that's nice. Again with the Nitroshot darts. Because my elite darts are kind of buried in my closet right now, I'm not going to be using them. So for this firing demo, I'll be using the hero darts from Five Below and all those blasters that I fired from that. They're basically the same thing with it. Firing analysis and conclusion of the Dart Zone Blitz Fire 2. And I call Blitz Fire 2 because this is actually supposed to come in a 2-pack, but I can't find the other blaster, so I have just one for it. Blaster fired fairly well. For that chrono average with the Nitroshot, with the long range nitro, not long range, the Nitroshot darts, I got about 84 to 86 feet per second with that, and about 80 feet per second with elite darts, which is higher than the standard elite par that we can expect from most elite blasters on the market right now. This is Dart Zone, so they're going to shoot at a higher velocity than normal, and that's pretty much right in line with other higher powered full length dart blasters of this caliber out there on there. So pretty impressive with it. The blaster itself, I did have a couple hiccups with that. I think it was just me not loading into darts all the way, but the first one would seize up like it did each time, and I think that's probably me not loading it in all the way with it, but still something to note a little bit about it. I don't know if it's the blaster. I'm assuming that is me because I reached in there and I pushed it back in and it fired fine, so I'm assuming that that's me. The blaster itself, nothing extraordinary on this. I would recommend it really as a dedicated sidearm unless you need that higher powered thing, but I would say if you're going with something like at this rate, I would still go with a strong arm or modify a strong arm to shoot at this velocity with it. I probably wouldn't get Dart Zone and stuff, so invest in like this Dart Zone secondary really for that. I'd just say go get a strong arm. It doesn't have that much FPS difference, and you can also modify a strong arm or disruptor to shoot at this velocity as well. So I don't think this really provides that much of a benefit over what's already there on the market right now. I do like the slim profile. This is definitely very, very holsterable. It's small, comfortable profile, so maybe that is a plus for you to want to try to go get these 5-bub blasters. So the blaster itself, I didn't find it overly impressive. It's just normal on that one. The Nitroshot darts I am impressed with. I think that this is another good alternative option to elite darts and other things that are way more accurate than elite darts. I probably would have ditch your waffle head darts for these darts, because these darts are still considerably more expensive than normal, like elite darts and stuff like that. Even X-Shot darts, these are more expensive. So if you're on a budget, these probably wouldn't be the best choice for it. I like how they fired very well out of other blasters as well. Got about the same chrono readings. It depended on the blaster with it, but it was pretty consistent through all of the blasters and stuff that I tested it through. So pretty impressed with these darts. I like the innovation with it. It's just another option out there. I wouldn't say that it's overly superior to anything that's out there, nor does it really lack in that it's just another option, and it's just make sure you don't get elite darts. But I think just the cost with this, I don't know if I'm going to be gravitating more towards these. I still rather use my X-Shot Insanity waffle head style darts, but I'm glad that these are out there in the option, so I might consider those as well. So darts are impressive. Blaster, not so much. My recommendations for the blaster on this, again, just get a strong arm for it. But if you're drawn to the form factor or something like this, blaster, I guess this could be good for you. This one, I am unsure as to the mod potential with this. I didn't research that, nor do I offhand know the mod potential of this blaster. So unfortunately, I'm a little bit of a letdown in that category. But this blaster, it's all right, basically, with that. But that's up for you to decide with it. So my personal thoughts on this blaster, I'm going to say is positive, but I'm also really indifferent to it. I've seen this type of blaster hundreds of times reworked. It just shoots at a higher FPS, right? I don't think this really offers anything new to the hobby that we haven't seen before, or that somebody can just go and mod a blaster to do this. I mean, mods are a whole nother thing, but still, blaster for this one, my recommendations, look at what else is there on the market, maybe invest in a strong arm or something, but maybe this might fit somebody's rig for that. So that's the blaster, the darts. Again, I'd still consider what else is out there. It could be a good alternative if you have a bunch of cash lying around and you just don't want elite darts. These could be good options for you, but I'd still say try lower cost like waffle head style darts and stuff. I would trust those with my life more than these things as well. I mean, it's Dart Zone. They have a good and bad reputation. It seems I would send the community maybe a little bit slipping towards the bad side, but yeah, that's up for you to decide for that. As far as what I could recommend with it, I'd still say go check it out. Maybe try it out for yourself and see if you like it. I don't see really anything negative with these. I just think that it's another option with it. That's the best that I can give you with that. I wouldn't say, hey, actually go buy this. This is like incredible. I just say this is another option. You're gonna have to try this for yourself to really see what you like. Hopefully that's all the objective and subjective information. Take that how you wish to make an educated purchase decision on this blaster and these darts as well. My name is Craig. I will see you guys in the next one.